Today on Judge Faith, a handshake and beers won't save this damaged friendship.
When he moved in, I put brand new carpet in the home.
Did he tell you that the carpet was ruined?
That's not entirely true at all.
Actually, it is.
Alan, that carpet was cleaned.
Dude, you started mine already. You know what? You didn't pull the carpet out to start with.
Okay. Sir, hold on a second.
Okay.
I'm gonna need you to calm down. Not get so excited.
And later, when the loans came due, she disappeared in a New York minute.
And after she called me, she said, Vicky, could you help me with the money? Like, I have to pay for my rent.
Each time I deposited the cash on her account, I give her a call.
Can I ask you why you've waited until now?
Just help her. This is the time I can catch her.
She knew my address.
It's true. I know where she is right now.
And you said, keep her on the phone because we need an address for her.
Faith Jenkins. Her distinguished legal career began when she graduated first in her law school class. She quickly became a tough New York City prosecutor, and then a preeminent legal analyst on cable news. And now she's the judge in her own courtroom. Her cases are real, and her rulings are final. She is Judge Faith. Plaintiff Alan Frosh is suing his friend for damages made to his rental home in the amount of $7,632. Defendant Mark Thompson said the damages were there when he moved in and is countersuing for labor, repairs, and his deposit on the house.
Remain seated and come to order. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, we have Frosh versus Thompson.
Thank you, Barbara. Alan Frosh?
Yes.
You are suing the defendant Mark Thompson for $7,632 for unpaid rent and damages to your rental property?
Correct.
And you are countersuing, sir, for $3,000?
Yes.
Mr. Frosh, we'll start with you. How do you know the defendant? How did you meet him, and how did he come to live in your rental property?
He moved in next door to me approximately 10 years ago.
Okay, so he was your neighbor?
Yes. He came over every day, hung out, took my last beer home with him, you know, friend things.
Okay, and how would you describe your relationship with him?
We were friends for a long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did he come to move into your rental property?
I bought a home and it fit what he needed. We were still friends. I said, go ahead, move in.
Okay, and he lived there for 1 year with his family?
Yes.
Okay, and were there any pets?
Yes.
Okay, how many pets?
3 dogs total.
Okay, and were they in or outside of the home?
They're both.
Okay, and did he sign a lease for
Yes,
that
he did.
year? And what was the agreement in terms of rent?
The rent was $1,500 as long as he did work around the house and helped me fix it up.
Did you specify in the lease specifically what work he had to do and
Not
when?
in this one.
Okay,
It was more of a handshake, hey, help me out, I'll give you great rent.
Okay, so are you suing as a result of anything that occurred in that year under this first lease agreement?
Yes.
And you understand that you said that you made the agreement to do the labor based on a handshake, right?
Correct.
But you know that you're not in the handshake court.
I'm not suing for anything that we shook hands with.
Okay.
Or for.
So tell me about what happened and how you feel he breached the first lease in 2012.
When he moved in, I put brand new carpet in the home. So what I did is I put in that contract, if there was anything wrong with that carpet when he left, he's responsible for it.
Okay, and what happened when he left?
His family lived there for a while. He was kind of in and out because of their relationship. So he was still there. After she had left, he moved back in. We had the carpet cleaned by someone. Before the guy cleaned it, he looked at it with the black light, and he went around in every single room and came back and said, the carpet's ruined. There are stains everywhere.
And did he tell you that?
What?
Did he tell you that the carpet was ruined?
That's not entirely true at all.
Actually, it is. And not only that,
it is not.
When
It
the
is
carpet guy was there, Mark comes walking up to me when I come in the house and he says, Alan, dude, I owe you new carpet.
Did you say that?
Never said at all. At all. And actually, I prepped that house from a move-in state of actually uninhabitable.
Oh, did you put the carpet in?
Okay.
I guess you didn't, did you?
No, I didn't. I actually tore the old carpet out, and actually the cat
did that.
lady, no, you did not.
I
The
actually
cat
did.
lady that lived in this house had upwards above 12 cats live with her. She was almost a
I tore the
inset
carpet
and
out with
old
my
lady.
roommate.
Me and my
Yes.
ex spent countless hours prepping that house.
They painted the house, the inside. I bought the
Okay.
paint. They said they wanted to move in.
I'm
they
trying
said
to-
they would paint the place. I said, okay, go ahead, paint it.
Let me hear his response to what you testified to. Go
Okay,
ahead.
we did a tremendous amount to prep that house. Okay, it was uninhabitable.
Let me stop
Okay.
you there. When you moved in,
Yes.
when you moved in, because I saw you have receipts over $4,000. You purchased new carpet for the home.
Correct.
The month before you moved in 2012. So you didn't put that carpet down before you moved in. He had already put that new carpet in, correct?
I did not install the new carpet.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Okay, no,
now,
I did not install
let's
the new
go
carpet.
one year later.
Okay.
When you say you had a conversation with him, what did he tell you about the carpet 1 year later?
Well, he's been claiming that the carpet has actually been ruined. My point right now, that carpet has been cleaned, and he's also rented that house out to several different people without replacing the carpet.
Is that true,
so
sir?
if it's
I'm
been
renting it out at a lower
if it-
amount because the
negative.
carpet's freaking ruined.
That carpet was cleaned.
Dude, you started
Actually,
lying already. You know
okay,
what? You didn't pull the carpet out to start with. So why don't you start telling the truth right now?
Coming up on Judge Faith, the plaintiff goes back for more.
I am just curious as to why this is all of a sudden coming up now. He moved out over a year ago.
He called me in for a plumbing repair a few months prior to our falling out. Now, I'm back responsible for the carpet. I'm back for damages because
After you moved out?
after I had moved out,
And later, the trap is set.
I cannot find her. She's like,
Okay.
and she have only connection with my brother-in-law and my sister. I say, just help her. This is the time I can catch her and know where she is right now.
Are you kidding me? Last autumn, her sister sent me my rain boots to Houston.
Plaintiff Alan Frosh is suing for damages the defendant and his family made to his rental house. Defendant Mark Thompson says the damage was done before he moved in and even helped to fix the damage prior to moving in.
Why did you allow him and enter into a second lease agreement
Thank
and
you.
allow him to stay in the home for a second lease period?
With the second lease, it still says he's responsible for the carpet. What I told him was, you know what, if you end up staying here for 5 years and the carpet still needs to be replaced, maybe I'd take off 50% of what the carpet's really worth. I mean, shouldn't
All that I have in
he
front
be
of me
responsible
is a-
for the carpet? Period. I
Well,
mean,
no,
come
because
on.
here's the way I'm looking at it. If you really believe that he is responsible for damages to the carpet and other damages, why wouldn't you put it on an agreement where he say he owes you money? It's dated a year after he's lived in your home.
Right.
And so you have a very detailed list of what he owes you, and you agree you owe this money, and you signed it. You guys like to do things by handshakes, and this is your friend, and you all had an agreement, but you have to understand when you come into court, you have to have proof. I am not crediting you with damages you say he caused in 2012.
Yeah, but he did. That's the whole point. He
And
did.
Did your dog break the screen door?
Did he go through the screen door? It was a screen door. Totally. All right, there you
Okay,
go.
did you repair that?
no, I did not.
Okay, what are the other damages?
There's a fan in the master bedroom that was broken. He bought a new fan, but he didn't put it in.
And how much do you think that will cost, sir?
$50. There's also a kitchen light that they took out because it wasn't nice enough. It was fine. That ended up going into the garage and parts of it just disappearing. By the time I came back to the home, there were only pieces of it there. Then we have 2 rooms upstairs where his kids lived, painted in one a bright yellow and
Okay,
another
you can
one
repaint.
teal.
That's normal wear and
Right.
tear. Next.
Oh, okay.
I am just curious as to why this is all of a sudden coming up now. He moved out over a year ago out of your house. And now all of a sudden there's a lawsuit for damages for things that happened in 2012 prior to you signing him to a second lease.
You know what?
I want to
After-
hear from him. I want you to tell me what's really going on
Okay,
here.
what is really going on is Alan and I had a falling out. He called me in for a plumbing repair a few months prior to our falling out, okay, because
After you moved out?
after I had moved out, we still
So
had...
you're still calling him to do work around the house
Yes, he
after
was.
he's moved out?
I still thought he was going to pay me for everything that, he owes me.
Why are you countersuing though? You have a countersuit for $3,000. What's
Yes.
that about?
For one, for the extensive work that we did into prepping this house. No, we have, okay.
Sir, you told me that some of this work that you did was in exchange for a deposit,
Yeah,
so you didn't have to pay a deposit, and you were actually able to move in without a deposit. So you can't come into court now and say he didn't uphold his part of the agreement because you moved into the home, right?
Correct.
Okay. We're finished. I've heard enough.
Oh, there is one other thing. Window blinds. There are window blinds on all the windows. When
This
he
is
moved
from
in.
2012?
Yes, when he
Okay,
moved-
I've heard enough. I've heard enough. Because here's where we are. If you really believe he has destroyed $5,000 worth of carpet and he's done all of these damages to your home, you would not sign another lease agreement and allow him to stay into that
carpet was
home.
already
And in
ruined,
addition, you have a contract that you entered into with the defendant.
That's completely
A year
separate.
later, no, it's not, sir, because it says
is.
here, back rent and money owed agreement. And this,
that's
to me,
completely separate
this
from
is
the
not the
lease.
time. Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. And so you have another contract that you have him sign. He enters into a contract, and it says back rent and money owed agreement. And you specify in here all of the back rent and back bills that are due. Judgment in this case based on the proof
What about
you
the window
presented to me
blinds?
in court, $2,156.79. Have a good day.
Plaintiff Victoria Cage is suing her sister's friend for unpaid loans she made to the defendant while she was stuck in New York City. Defendant Olga Haranchek claims that even though she doesn't have the receipts, she paid off the loans and owes nothing.
Victoria Cage?
Yes.
You were suing the defendant Olga Haranchek for $2,495, the cost of a loan you
Yeah.
said you made to her and she failed to repay you?
Yes.
Okay, how do you know the defendant?
She's the friend of the sister, youngest. So I know her like around 8 years.
She's a friend of your younger
sister, yeah.
Okay, how long have you known her?
Like around 8 years.
8 years? So she came to be a friend of yours as well as your sister's?
Like whatever my friend, it's my sister. Whatever my sister friend, it's all our friends. It's like family.
How did you know her sister?
We met, we both belong to Russian community. We met a long time ago. I don't, through some maybe social event.
Okay, and how would you describe that relationship?
We were friends.
Okay, why don't you tell me what happened?
Okay, I know the Olga, it's like she was been always welcome at our house. And like one day, I don't know what, like she have to go in New York. So she's like come over, it was been like 6 years ago. It's my birthday was been February. And after she called me, she said, Vicky, could you help me with the money? Like I have to pay for my rent and I pay you back after 2 weeks. I said, okay, so how much you need it? She said, $14.95. And she said, I pay you back like 2 weeks and we're done. I said, okay.
So that was the first loan you say you made to her?
Yeah, $14.95. I wrote the check and I bring it for her manager. So now after like last couple of weeks, she said, Vicky, can you give me 1,000? Put it in my account, I have to pay some bills. So this is the total I owe you like $24.95.
Okay, so she asked you for $14.95 the
Yeah.
first time. What do you say that conversation was about the $14.95?
$14.95, Your Honor. I got stuck in New York City, and I did not plan to stay there as long as I did. So basically, I need somebody to pay my rent. So I asked Vicky if she can go and pay my
Pay it
rent.
in person?
Pay it in person.
So you had the money, you just
I
needed her to
did.
go
Yes.
pay it.
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
So
have the
why
money.
why did she have to use her own money to pay the $14.95?
That's what I'm not sure, Your Honor, honestly.
Oh, so you're saying you gave her the money?
Yes, I did.
You gave her $1,495 and she went to pay your rent?
Coming up on Judge Faith. A disappearing act is no challenge for Judge Faith.
Okay, I cannot find her. She's like
Okay.
all the time disappear. Like whatever this happened, and I'm trying to like, say, where is my money? She just like curse me, hang up phone, and disconnect.
Plaintiff Victoria Cage is suing her friend for unpaid loans she made while the defendant was stuck in New York City. Defendant Olga Haranchek says she remembers paying her back, but it's been so long she has no proof.
Do you have proof that you wrote her a check for
Of course,
$14.95?
yes,
May I
yes.
see that?
Yes, both checks.
She wrote a check out of her account. You're saying you gave her the cash,
Yes.
and you have no proof of that.
No, I don't, Your Honor. Quite a few years, I did have the receipts, but it's just passed too long. No, I mean, they got
This is
closed.
from March of 2008. Why
Can
did
I
you
ask
wait so long to bring this
I
lawsuit?
wanna tell you why. I call her, she say, Olga, so when you pay me back, she say, I paid. I say, where?
Each time I deposited the cash on her account, I give her a call.
Did she ever call you
No,
and
she
say?
never.
Yes, I did. After I deposited
Did she ever
the
call
cash,
you and say, I don't have the money?
She called me
April, May,
May probably.
and June. She is like, shut.
And this check was, both of these checks were written in March. What was the $1,000 written for?
She asked if she have to pay her bills.
Okay.
And this, like I said, I total owed you, and you have it the shorter period, 2 weeks, and maximum it's take me 1 month. And
Right.
she say, right now I owed you this amount, and like 1 month maximum take me till I pay you back everything.
Okay. And
said,
what happened
okay.
with the $1,000? Are you saying you paid that back too?
I remember making 2 deposits on some provided account in the Bank of America.
Can I ask you why you've waited until now to bring this
you
lawsuit?
can ask me, like, when? First, like, I ask her, say, Olga, where's my money? She say, I put deposit. I say, why you didn't call me? Like, usually when you put
I did. I called
Okay, that
you.
was 6 years ago, though. What has happened?
Okay, I cannot find her. She's like,
Okay.
all the time disappear. Like, whatever this happened, and I'm trying to like, say, where is my money? She just like curse me, hang up phone, and disconnect. And I don't know how to find her. She's in New
So
York.
when did you finally find her?
Thank you for my sister, but she was like messed up with everyone, and she have only connection with my brother-in-law and my sister. She asked it to help, come over, stay in Los Angeles. I say, just help her. This is the time I can catch her and know where she is right now.
Oh, so you told her sister.
Yeah, I spoke
So
with my
she-
sister. Like my sister, she called me at the May, and I say, you know, the Olga called me and she asked it for help.
And you said, keep her on the phone because we need an address for her.
Yeah.
Get her information.
Your Honor, that's such a gross, I don't know, statement.
This is
The thing
real
is,
life.
you know, her.
How can take
Did you lose touch with her and her sister for 6 years?
Are you kidding me? Even when I travel, even like last autumn, her sister sent me my rain boots to Houston. She knew my
Yeah,
address.
it's true. But like you was
Do you
been
work now?
Yes, I do.
What do you do?
Right now, I'm working at resale therapy. It's a resale store. I'm a salesperson.
And now, Judge Faith rules.
Here's the issue. Obviously, you have proof that you wrote checks to her landlord for $14.95, and you wrote her a personal check for $1,000. She's told me 2 things. One, she remembers paying you back, but she doesn't remember when. That's her testimony. And then she doesn't have proof because so much time has passed.
It's like,
And that's why under the law, there's a time limit that you have to abide by when you bring lawsuits. And that time limit varies depending on what kind of case you have. And in this case where you've made a personal loan to someone, the law in your state is when you have an oral agreement, or even if it's written, if it's an oral agreement, you have 2 years to bring a lawsuit. Even if it's a written agreement, you have 4 years. And the problem is you've waited too long to try to recover from her. And the reasons why the law is set up in the way it is, I know what you're saying, you couldn't find her, but the reason why the law is set up the way it is because people aren't going to keep receipts for 6 years. And people's memories fade over time and evidence gets lost. The law in your state says that this claim that you have is now barred by the statute of limitations because you've waited too long to bring the lawsuit. So unfortunately, I can't help you. Verdict in this case is for the defendant. Good luck.
If you or someone you know has a dispute, don't take the law into your own hands. Let Judge Faith rule on it for you. To submit your case, go to judgefaith.com and tell us your story. See you in court.